welcome to another Teacher's Corner playthrough. I'm Teacher Kirby, and this time we'll be continuing our journey through the Iconian War arc by playing Time in a Bottle. Voyager, under the command of Admiral Tuvok, has been chasing leads regarding a Delta Quadrant race known as the Krenim. So far, he has only been able to turn up rumors and a bunch of anomalous sensor readings. But now we've found a Ferengi selling what he claims are Krenim artifacts. You are authorized to negotiate with the Ferengi and obtain these artifacts and follow the trail it provides to where it leads. Hail.
We have a lead on the Krenim. Voyager went to Krenim space looking for them a few months ago, but didn't find much more than a Vaudois and some anomalous sensor readings. But now, we found a Ferengi selling what he claims are Krenim artifacts. You are authorized to negotiate with the Ferengi and obtain these artifacts. Follow the trail where it leads. We need a weapon against the Iconians, and the Vaudois have gone to a great deal of trouble to keep whatever secrets the Krenim have out of our hands.
So we go to Drorzana Station, which is located in the Beta Quadrant, and obtain a Krenim artifact. For this, we'll receive a moderate amount of experience points, some expertise, a special duty officer, Somog. He will give us gold press platinum for every kill we make on the ground, and the emote Ferengi Dance, which is kind of cute emote, some dilithium ore, and our choice of a couple different modules and equipment. This is a nice device. We gain immunity to all damage, but we can't use other abilities. Okay, and this is a very nice little kit module, Chronoton Jolt. It's basically it is another reset for your power abilities. So very nice. And then so you might want to run this 2 times for these items. Nothing else is really very special here, but these two might be worth a double run. Alright, moving on. Time in a Bottle is now in progress. As always, we will transwarp to the location. Time in a Bottle. Alright, so we are at Drorzana. I do have one quick thing to do. I did change out some of my gear for reputation gear, so when we get to the ground, I do have one new ability to put in my tray. I got tired of dying.
Welcome to Drorzana. You're cleared for docking.
Alright, we dock at the station. There we go, loading up. Let's get rid of our flashy first. There we go.
Oh, wow.
And
You're doing great.
oh, isn't that nice? Alright, so there it is. Alright, I did have, what is this? Okay, I don't need that. I do have this, I want to put it there. What this is, it's an ability from my adapted Mako set. I did go ahead and get that because it gives me, this is basically an infinite hypo. Okay, it will continue to give me hit points over 5 seconds repeatedly with a, as you can see, relatively short cooldown, a cooldown similar to a hypo. So now I don't have to worry about locking out or about forgetting hypos or about using all my hypos because I have the equivalent of hypo right there. Okay, this is why I like that particular two-piece set. That doesn't mean that it's the best. I just like the ability to have the infinite hypo. Alright, begin time in a bottle. Alright, and you see I've made some changes to my bridge crew. I now have, or my away team, I now have all holograms, but they are still all engineers. Alright. There we go. Loading, loading, loading. Come on, load the file. I mean, it's a cool loading screen, but it gets boring after a while. And there we go. If you look down here, this is our progress bar. There we go. Time in a bottle. Sir, business facilitator Quinn has rented space at this station for his private sales meetings. We aren't sure what the object he is selling is yet, but the rumors are that it's a technological device of some sort. The price Quinn is asking for is significant. You could buy a moon for this much latinum. Starfleet Command reports that additional assistance is en route, but that we should go ahead and make an attempt to gain the device. Understood. Alright, so additional assistance is en route. So we talk to the receptionist.
Oh, wait, you must be. I'm sorry, but the business facilitator is busy at the moment and cannot be disturbed.
We had an appointment.
Yes, but Quen left me explicit instructions about this. He's in the middle of a delicate negotiation to triple his profits on the sale of a rare Delta Quadrant artifact, and cannot be disturbed.
The artifact he's already agreed to sell to us?
Maybe, let's see, it was something. Krenim, I think? Oh, Delta Quadrant treasures are all the rage right now. Artifacts from cultures the Vaadwaur wiped out are particularly valuable. Quen's made quite a bit of latinum bringing them back through the gateways. Now, that profit-sharing plan he promised me hasn't materialized, but is it my place to complain?
Look, I know you're just doing your job, but it's very important that we get that artifact. Please?
I'm sorry, but my instructions were very clear.
There must be something we can do for you in exchange.
Well, I'm sorry, but I need this job. I'm trying to save up enough for a ticket off this station.
I will arrange for transportation for you anywhere you'd like to go, free of charge.
You can? What am I saying? You have a starship, of course you can. Go on ahead. Quen and the other buyer are in the cargo bay, but you better hurry. They were trying to get the deal finalized before you could stop them. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting us pass. My crew will make arrangements for you. And here we go. This way. There we go. Talk to business facilitator Quinn.
Not so fast. The gentleman with the rather imposing associates over there has just made a very competitive offer for the device. Care to make a counter bid?
I'll make it worth your time to deal exclusively with me.
You said there weren't any other buyers, Quinn. Now what do I see? Starfleet stooges here to cause trouble. Guards, Get these riffraff out of here so I can conclude my deal in peace.
I'm not leaving without the device. Oh, I like that sabotage trait. That's sweet. Okay. And now we confront Quinn.
Fine. I'll add what I was going to pay those guards to my offer.
Hold it! I am Nog, son of Grand Nagus Rom. And I am a Ferengi. And when you deal with these people, you deal with me. You have a choice. Either deal with me, or I ask my father to have a word with the liquidators about your poor business practices.
Well, I'm sure we could come to an understanding.
That's what I thought. Now,
Kiss the staff. That is an epic line.
Ow. Not you, Quinn.
That is an epic line. Kiss the staff. Talk to business facilitator Quinn.
Here's my best offer. How about we agree on a price, and you get your Delta Quadrant doodad, and I leave. Everyone's happy.
Not so fast, Quinn.
No? Fine. How about I answer your questions, and maybe then I get to leave? But let's get on with it. Every minute I stand here, I'm losing a strip of latinum. Time is a very valuable commodity.
What do you know about the relic?
The device is Krenim in origin. Specifically, it's from the Krenim Imperium. Constructed sometime in the mid-22nd century, if I had to take a guess. Strange piece of technology. I haven't seen anything else like it. Highly advanced, and it has hallmarks of Krenim work. But it's, odd. Definitely odd.
What happened to the Krenim?
The Vaadwaur, that's what. At one point, the Krenim Imperium held more than 200 star systems in the Delta Quadrant. They lost some of that territory in a couple wars, but overall they were doing well. Not the biggest business in the quadrant, but not the smallest either. When the Vaadwaur started their war, Gaul took a special interest in the Krenim. Bombed them back to the Stone Age, and then some. As far as anyone knows, the Krenim are basically extinct these days.
Where did you get the device?
I picked it up from a Talaxian who wanted to trade for supplies. He told me he got it from the Kayana system. That was it. There used to be a Krenim colony there, but it's gone now, just like the rest of their empire.
Gone? The Vaadwaur destroyed them?
The Talaxian wasn't very clear on that. He just said, gone. If I'd asked any more questions, he might have increased his price.
Anything else?
As a show of good faith to the son of the Nagus, I'm willing to tell you for free. But don't let this get around. It would ruin my reputation as a businessman. The device emits some unusual energy readings. The shielding may have malfunctioned, or maybe it's not fully operational anymore. I'm not sure. But that's why I'm selling it as an antique, as is, and no refunds.
What kind of unusual energy readings?
Do I look like a member of the Vulcan Science Academy to you? I don't know. It's yours now. You paid for it. You figure it out. I hope it doesn't blow up your ship. Now, may I go so we can put all this unpleasantness behind us? I want to drown my sorrows in a comet cocktail and think about all the profit I didn't earn today.
Go, and stay out of trouble. How do you do that?
Don't let the staff of Ovis and these good looks fool you. I'm here as a Starfleet officer, and I don't normally flaunt my family connections. But in this case, it seemed like the best way to solve the problem. So I borrowed my dad's second best staff.
Thanks for the assist. It didn't look like Oglo was going to let us purchase this Krenim artifact while he was still in the room.
Interesting. I know Voyager encountered the Krenim during the journey, and Tuvok was looking for survivors of the Vaadwaur purges. For now, though, perhaps we should concentrate on learning what we can from this device.
Agreed. Now, what should we do about the force field?
Quinn left without taking down his security, but fortunately I know how to get around it. This isn't a very sophisticated system. It's hardly worth the latinum he paid for it. If we overload the EPS conduits, we'll create a cascade failure in the system that the control protocols won't be able to handle. That should drop the force field.
Just overload the EPS conduits? That really isn't very secure at all.
I think you can overload the EPS conduits in the corner there.
And here we go, overdo this console. There's an EPS conduit.
Now that the power flow is disrupted, we can override the administrative access requirement.
Right, I'll override the controls
The
next.
controls are, yes, over here by the artifact. Excellent. Now we can get a good look at this.
Investigate device. There we go.
The waveforms aren't like anything I've seen before. Think I'm getting something. This is definitely Krenim in origin. And Quinn was right on the age. I'm also seeing some repeating elements in the base code, almost like a signature. And that strange energy Quinn was talking about is actually chronotons. A lot of chronotons. And chronotons mean temporal manipulation. This little box just got a lot more interesting.
So we have three choices. Either I hate temporal mechanics, indeed, very interesting, or the last thing we need is a visit from temporal investigations. I'm going to go with very interesting.
I'll take the device back to my ship, the Chimera, and have a look while we're on the way to the Kiana system. From what I understand, Voyager sent an away team to the Kiana system a few weeks ago, but they encountered some resistance and were forced to pull back before they can find what they were looking for. But now that we have this, maybe we'll be able to find what remains of the Krenim, if there's anything left to find.
Rendezvous with the USS Chimera in the Kiana system, which is located in the Delta Quadrant. Understood. See you in the Delta Quadrant. Alright, and so there we go. Here we go. Server not responding. Yay! Only 2% loaded. Come on. Come on. There we go. 30%, 33, 34. Ah. There we go. Kiana system.
I've explored many places as a Starfleet officer, but this is my first time seeing the Delta Quadrant. According to Quinn, the Krenim artifact came from this system. I hope we haven't come all this way just to chase ghosts. I've had a chance to look at the Krenim device, although I'm not sure how to activate it yet. It's definitely designed for temporal manipulation, although I don't think it would enable someone to travel through time. It's almost like a step sideways, if that makes any sense at all. I'll keep working on it and let you know if I learn anything more.
Perhaps we can find something here that can explain it.
Voyager's preliminary scans of the system turned up a number of anomalies, but nothing conclusive. According to Krenim records, though, there's supposed to be an M-class planet in this system. We're not reading anything like that on the sensors.
Maybe the planet is the source of the asteroids? We're also picking up some wreckage.
Could be. Let's check that wreckage out first. It might give us a better idea of what happened out here. And we should be on the lookout for Vaudouar. Preliminary scans indicate they've been actively patrolling through this system.
Agreed. Set a course for the wreckage around that asteroid.
Keep an eye out for Vaudouar. They're still patrolling this area. If I had to place a bet, I'd say that wreckage is where this artifact was found.
I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set for in case we encounter Vaudouar.
Heads up! Vaudouar on an intercept course.
I knew it! There we go. And resume scan of wreck.
The wreckage appears to be Krenim. The weapon signatures are definitely Vaudouar. According to Voyager, the Krenim were a fairly small society. There had to be a reason the Vaudouar went out of their way to target them. Let's move. There might be more ships in range. There are more Vaudouar on an intercept course, but we may be able to avoid them. I suggest we use the mineral content of the asteroids I've marked to conceal our energy signatures. Vaudouar sensors aren't as good as ours. Most of their technological advantage appears to be directed toward making better weapons. So it should work, as long as we don't attract their attention before we get out of their path.
Good idea. Let's try using the asteroids as cover. And we let them go by.
They must be looking for that Vaudouar patrol. I don't think those heralds detected us. Let's hope they don't come back this way.
And here we go. Scan the moon.
Heralds inbound! The Vaudouar must have gotten a signal out. So much for our investigation.
And there we go. Now we can beam down to the moon.
Something about the Krenim that was such a threat to the Vaudouar and the Iconians that they're still patrolling the old Krenim systems. If we can find more Krenim technology, or maybe unlock what we have, we might be able to find out what is so important. That could be something the Alliance can use against the Iconians. I recommend that the Chimera and your ship patrol the outer system while we take an away team to the surface. I'll bring the device and keep trying to learn more about it.
Agreed. My team will meet you there. And let's bring our team. We have, of course, Montgomery Scott, Janice Rand, and Nyota Uhura from the bridge officers that I got from the latest convention. Of course, Pilot Review Show will be giving away a few of those.
There's nothing here that would cause the readings I was seeing from orbit, but there are traces of chronotron particles. I've never known chronotrons to appear naturally without some sort of temporal manipulation going on, but there's nothing here. I'm starting to come up with a theory, but I need some more data. I recommend we take some additional scans.
Agreed. There's something here. We just need to find it.
Exactly. But we need to be quick. Those patrols we encountered in orbit will be missed soon. I'm going to order the Chimera to try to avoid contact, but warn us if more ships arrive.
Agreed. Pick the areas for the scans and let's get going. Alright, and so we move forward.
These tall spires are charged with temporal energy. Curious.
And we
Almost
scan
like it's
them.
in a state of temporal flux. I need to get some scans. There's something going on. There are more mineral deposits over there.
Scan the mineral deposits. So as you can see, we're just going around.
Here that's not natural.
And
I'm
there's
reading
something
another
here.
anomaly ahead.
Scan the anomaly. I really don't like this one. Just when I get it, it changes. That's one of the reasons I don't like this. And we have to get to, I forget what the thing is. I believe we have to get to 100. And yeah, just when you think you know what you're doing. Okay, cryptic guys, we really don't like all these puzzles like this. I mean, I'm okay with puzzles, but not ones that change on me just as I'm about to solve them. I don't think it's very fair in my opinion. Especially people like me who have disability and a hard time physically moving things. There.
These anomalies have
Okay.
a shape, like a warp field, but not quite the same.
Alright, and as much as you go, don't use the mouse, don't use the mouse, believe me, it's much harder for me with the arrow keys. The mouse is the best way I can do it. And let's scan the last of them.
The only other place I've seen...
Captains, let's try that again.
The only other place I've seen sensor readings like this was in the wormhole.
Interrupted. Captain, heralds have landed and are approaching your position. Fall back, Teacher's Corner. We'll deal with the heralds already here.
There,
Alright.
behind those rocks.
So follow Nog to behind the rock. He'll lead us where we need to go.
Hurry, they'll be here any moment. This area looks defensible. Get ready.
Talk to Nog.
I have an idea. We need to use the device. I've been trying to activate it, and I've almost got it. Keep them busy. If I can get it working, I should be able to conceal us.
Work quickly. Alright, so they have to come in here. So I'm going to put all my engineers right about there.
Here they come!
And, yeah, there we go. And there we go. And they should be using their bombs there. Their mines, okay. I know why.
More reinforcements inbound. I'm working as quickly as I can.
There we go.
Watch out! There's more of them!
There we go.
I need more time to align these frequencies.
There we go. And let them revive Blair. And they should be on their way. Alright.
Almost there. Just one more connection and that should...
And he's gone. What the... Alright. What's going on here? I feel like I'm in an episode of Stargate. Where is Blair? There he is. Alright. Fall back. Get to defensive position. Alright, so on the ridge. So we're going to go up here. There we go. And we follow along here. And kill them all. There we go. And follow. I'm going to come over this. I like taking shortcuts. So. And here they come. There we go, and cutscene. Captain
If
Nog?
you'll forgive the pun, I managed to buy us some time.
But what? So we speak with Nog. Talk to Nog.
It's taken me some time to convince the Krenim to help us, but they finally agreed. Remember how I said the device could remove someone from the time stream? It did. That's where we are now, in the temporal bubbles. And how we perceive time in here is a little different than outside. That's why the Heralds can't see us. We're out of their timelines. Out of all timelines, in fact. While we're here, it's almost like we don't exist.
And not existing is an improvement?
No one's shooting at us. I think that's a good thing. The Krenim are... they're a little touchy. Almost being driven to extinction by the Vaadwaur has made them suspicious. But they're willing to talk to us if we help them stabilize the temporal energy. I suggest we help. I wouldn't want to be in here if the fields collapse.
Let's talk to the Krenim. Talk to Krenim leader.
I've had some time to observe you and Captain Nog, and your actions make it clear that you are no friend of the Vaadwaur or the Heralds. This does not, however, assure me that you will be allies to my people. The Krenim have lost much. Our empire is gone, and our people have been killed or scattered. We are what remains, and I will do whatever I must to protect this system, even if it means leaving you to face the Heralds alone.
What can we do to prove ourselves?
You have already repaired some of our emitters that were damaged by the attack, but there is more yet to do. Should our temporal equipment fail, this location will be instantly overrun by Heralds. If that happens, none of us will survive.
How can we assist you?
More of our emitters must be realigned, and there are other pieces of equipment my people are already working to repair. Assist my team, and then we will talk again.
Alright, so we help the Krenim repair their temporal technology, keeping them safe from the Heralds. Understood. Alright. So we're just going to follow the arrows here. They're going to kind of take us. The shortcuts, unfortunately, are not the greatest thing. Okay, here we go. So this one's the closest. It's a little eerie watching all those things patrolling. Talk to Engineer Chait.
Hold this. No, hold it right next to the bracket, or the spanner won't... There. Got it, thanks. Something is putting too much stress on these components. I'm not sure what it is, but we don't have enough spare parts to keep rebuilding this transceiver. Grab a tricorder and run a level 3 diagnostic. Maybe there are some microfractures. If we can find and repair those, this should hold out until I can fabricate a new unit.
Sure, I'll help you. Oh, wait, let's see.
Anorax's original designs are for a temporal field that's big enough for a ship, sizable but finite. We've adapted the tech to cover much larger areas, but that makes the field more unstable, and we had to get everything operational before the Vaadwaur found us. So we cut some corners. A lot of corners. We're making updates and repairs as fast as we can, but we can't afford a failure. This tech is the only thing keeping us alive.
I understand. Now, what did you need help with?
Hold this. No, hold it right...
Alright, so fix temporal alignment transceiver. Something is putting too much stress on these components. There may be microfractures. If those are repaired, it should hold out until a new unit can be fabricated. So we begin repairs. Alright, so scan for microfractures. And then, let's see what Nog thinks.
You'll need to formulate an epoxy. Here, I can show you which formula to use.
Okay, so now we formulate the epoxy, and then we repair microfractures. Transceiver is stable, no microfractures detected. Okay. And now we can head over to, if we follow the path here. Ugh. Somewhere this way. And there's someone. Here she is. Or he is. Okay.
Your fight overloaded some of the power couplings we used to moderate the temporal flow. If we had a contained space like the technology was originally designed for, this wouldn't be a problem. But we keep pushing the boundaries of what these flow modulators will do. I'm rerouting the power to take stress off the damaged couplings. But first, we need to get this capacitor aligned and ready for the transfer.
Who invented this technology?
The temporal technology was developed by a scientist named Anorax. He's still a mystery, even to us. We know he was a ship commander in the Imperium fleet and a genius in temporal mechanics, and that he started work on his inventions in the late 22nd century after our war with the Rilnar. Perhaps he saw temporal manipulation as a way to change our fortunes. We know he was working towards weaponizing his designs, and I can tell from what little I've seen that it is possible. But full access to his data is restricted, so I don't know the full capabilities of his work.
He sounds like a brilliant, troubled man. Now, what did you need help with?
Your fight overloaded
I'll do what I can to assist. Align capacitor.
Okay, now it's starting to look like something.
Dang it, let's try that again. Oh, okay, it worked. It worked, never mind. Okay. And apparently I need to go up this way. And this way. And where is it? There's our last person. Talk to Engineer Spella.
The temporal compensators are out of alignment. They help keep us at a stable point in the timeline. If they fail completely, we could end up lost in time. Grab a hyperspanner. We need to get this fixed before the drift coefficient moves out of the safe zone.
Can I ask you something? For an Imperium, the Krenim doesn't seem to have a lot of resources.
The Imperium was at its peak in the mid-22nd century. At that time, it controlled more than 900 planets, and our territory spread across more than 5,000 parsecs. Then came the Rilnar, and the Zal, and the Garanor, the Mawasi, and the Nahydron. Our wars chipped away at us, carving one planet after another away from the Imperium. There were only 27 planets left when the Vaadwaur came. Now, almost everyone on those worlds is gone too.
I understand. Now what did you need help with?
The temporal compensators are out of alignment.
I'll do what I can. Okay, so the temporal compensators. The temporal compensators are out of alignment and may cause the temporal synchronization matrix to destabilize. Begin repairs. Alright, what do you think, Nog? We don't know what to do.
Realign the matrix crystals.
Realign the crystals, thanks. Alright. And
you need to disconnect the buffer before you do anything else.
alright, disconnect the buffer. And then now
you need to reconnect the buffer.
reconnect the buffer. I can do that. Temporal compensators are aligned and the device is working within expected parameters. Close diagnostic.
Put the next location on your tricorder.
Alright, now let's follow. And it looks like we go this way. And talk to that guy. Alright. Talk to Krenim leader.
You've shown you're willing to help. Now perhaps we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
How?
We have Anorax's plans, but not the... Interesting. The Heralds are opening a gateway.
What?
The repairs should be enough.
I beg mercy, Great One. It appears they used a cloaking device and escaped.
You are forgiven. Make preparations to interesting development. These sentients have proven to be resourceful. Already they have thwarted our plan to bring in the Solanae fleet. And yet they injured even you, Ticket. I advise caution. They are more dangerous than they appear. We shall rend their worlds asunder. Spill them as blood until it fills the oceans. It is time to strike. I understand you want vengeance, but we must not act in haste. We will continue with our plan. The whole must be as one. The whole must be as one. The attack on Iconia broke our unity. We were divided, diminished, weak. The others saved us from oblivion, but it took centuries to rebuild our bonds. We cannot risk more loss. The whole must be as one. The campaign will continue as planned.
Interesting. So now we talk to Nog.
They couldn't see us? There were Iconians right in front of us and nothing. They had no idea we were here. We were completely safe.
You're right. This could be what we need. Talk to Krenim leader. Here we go.
The only protection left to my people is our ability to manipulate time. But it is something we must do with great care. Even the most innocuous of changes can ripple through reality in unexpected ways.
We didn't know the Krenim could do anything like this, or you're talking about advanced temporal theory. How about?
My people and I have made Anarax's theories of temporal manipulation our lives' work. In at least one temporal variant, his ship made the Krenim Imperium the undisputed masters of this region of space. If only we could recreate that vessel.
What vessel?
Anarax designed a ship, a wondrous vessel that could manipulate the time streams and erase elements in an attempt to bring about a desired result. Our records show that he even attempted to use this vessel to restore the Krenim's fortunes, but he was defeated by an unknown alliance. Afterward, the Krenim Imperium declined, as perhaps was its fate all along. We were diminished, but content to let time progress as it would, until the Vaadwaur.
The Vaadwaur destroyed all the Krenim colonies in this area.
The first Krenim worlds to fall managed to warn the others. When the Vaadwaur came, we hid ourselves in the time stream. It was the only way we survived. Before the Vaadwaur arrived, we were working on a relic. It was a replica of Anarax's time ship. With it, we could have gone back and eliminated the Vaadwaur threat before it even began.
Why haven't you done so already?
The Vaadwaur's assault on the Imperium took too much from us. Now we possess Anarax's work, but not the means to bring it to life. You have seen what our technology can do. We have the designs. You have the manpower and the materials. Perhaps your governments would be interested in mutual cooperation. Allow us a chance to undo what the Vaadwaur did, and we will give you something that will erase your enemies from time itself.
A generous offer, but it is one we would need to consider carefully. Do you want to risk all you have left on a chance for success?
There's more here than what you've seen.
You've hidden the entire planet?
Yes, we removed ourselves from the time stream to stay alive. With your help, we can change everything.
You hid an entire planet, but you can't build this time ship on your own?
We have the plans. Our resources are almost gone.
We have shipyards, workers, and all the materials you could need.
Precisely. We revealed ourselves to you as a gesture of good faith. What will you do in return?
We need to take this back to the Alliance.
The Iconians and the Heralds are gone. It's safe to resync with our time and contact our ship. But this is huge. A whole Krenim colony that survived the Vaudouar? One that has temporal technology that even the Iconians can't counter? A weaponized time ship that can erase entire civilizations like they never existed? This could change the entire war. We could have a chance now.
Teacher's Corner, we're ready to beam up. Sir, is that what happened? We've been scanning for you, but you just disappeared. We've been hiding in the debris to stay away from the Herald ships, and then... Sir, you're not going to believe this. There's a planet here now. An entire planet. Did you find something down there? Something that could conceal an entire planet? Looking forward to hearing what happened, Captain. But we're glad you're back. Return to your ship. We found the Krenim. I'll explain as soon as we're back on board. Here we go. And that finishes time in a bottle.
Is not a complication we need, but this weapon they are proposing sounds intriguing. You and Captain Nog were correct in thinking the Alliance would be interested in investigating such a thing. Personally, I approve of anything the Iconians might fear. Kapla!
Kapla. Kapla. Alright, so we get all of that, and I'm going to take Chronoton Jolt. Alright, so that was time in a bottle. Join me next time for the mission Broken Circle. I'll see you there.